Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Good Morning Soul. And you guys thought I wasn't gonna do any more of these Pokemon character study things. And like once I was done with the starters, you thought it was over. We're not. Obviously, we're not even close to being done because there's potential to do hundreds of these. But just for the 365 days, I got 3 more I'm gonna do. I'm going to do the next 3 in the Pokedex, and I'm going to start that with ya boy, Caterpie. And like at first, like part of me like didn't want to do more of these because talking about Pidgeys and Rattatas, I could do that. I could make a fun video out of that, but it's like not ideal over like talking about other things. However, the Caterpie family is a pretty solid family. It is a pretty good evolutionary chain, if you know what I mean. So let's talk about it. Caterpie. So if you play the Pokemon games, you know that this is like a little bug Pokemon. It's meant to be like the very like kind of not trash Pokemon, but like the beginner Pokemon. Like you go into Viridian Forest, there's a bunch of bugs. Ash, like this was like, I think, was this the first Pokemon he caught or was it Pidgeotto? I forget which. But it was basically his like first Pokemon that he raised. And that's because it's like it's a starter Pokemon. It's not really like Butterfree isn't gonna like be that good against gyms or whatever, but Caterpie as a whole, he is a boss. I love Caterpie, and I love like with Pokemon, like I would totally replace all of animals with Pokemon because I hate bugs. I hate fucking bugs. They just like gross me out. Like I'm not like afraid of bugs. Like if I see a cockroach, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, like people do, but I'm gonna be like, ew, kill it, like, which is like which I think should be a normal reaction because bugs are literally like, it's freaky to know that your body is a host to like thousands of life forms. Like there's parasites and little molecules and all of these things living on your body. And for all we know, we're just one giant fucking dot on an even bigger bug or something like that. It's freaky to think about that kind of stuff. I don't like thinking about that kind of stuff. But bugs are like the little reminder of like that life, that gross little life that exists out there. Like you see them and they're just like, they're in your home, they shouldn't be there, you didn't bring those fucking bugs in here, destroy them at all costs. Bugs are gross, but in Pokemon, bugs are dope. Caterpie, look at this thing. It's literally like a little caterpillar. It's got a little antenna, and literally the best part of Caterpie is its eyes. It has the most adorable little eyes of all time, which normal bugs have gross eyes. They have like little nasty like 100 fly eyes where they just But Caterpie, look at this thing. The little circles on its side, the little I forget what they're called, the things on its front that it uses to crawl. It's so adorable. This is an amazing Pokemon. And then the little like stinger thing on the end of its tail. It's an adorable Pokemon. Like, remember those scenes in the anime, the first couple episodes where like Ash or his Caterpie like was just trying to be all cute? Like it would be like its eyes would get all watery. Like it was the most adorable Pokemon ever. And it still is one of the cutest Pokemon ever, despite the fact that it's this tiny little Caterpie. And it's like Caterpie as a Pokemon, it'll pop up in places where like you're like, it should annoy you. You should be like, oh, another fucking Caterpie. But no, in Pokemon Go, I'll catch that thing every time because it's good candy and because it's aesthetically pleasing. I can't say that word. But Caterpie, like in the main games, like you just fight him in the forest and it's like, yeah, whatever. I fucking love Caterpie. And then like it evolves into this beautiful butterfly. Or Butterfree, I should say. Which it like symbolically just represents a caterpillar but it does so in an amazing way. It is an adorable little guy, and like, I remember like Ash just having him on his shoulder. Like, it's a great to have on your shoulder kind of Pokemon. Like, I could easily see myself having like a Caterpie plushie or something Caterpie related. Like, I love him, and I love his colors. The way the gold around his eye is comparing, and that gold is very similar to the circles and the tail. I love it. It is a great Pokemon, and its little mouth thing that it's got going on. I love him, and in the anime, his color shading was this very bright green. I remember that scene where Pikachu is just patting Caterpie on the back. Caterpie and Pikachu had this literally a whole conversation, like minutes worth conversation between two Pokemon who had never who don't speak words, and he just throws around like the string, what is it, string shot? I think that's the name of the move. Like, it's great. I love everything about Caterpie. He is an amazing Pokemon. I love Caterpie. If I were to rate his design 4 out of 5. If I were to rate him as a whole, probably give him a 4 out of 5. He's a great Pokemon. I don't know why I'm referring to him as a him when it's either or. And I should probably look up facts about him like I did with all the other Pokemon. So, Caterpie, who is the 10th Pokemon, number 10 in the Pokedex. We've reached the double digits. His shiny form, it's just like a gold version, you know? Very, very... That's kind of like how all shinies are. The male-female rate is 50-50. He weighs... Okay, it's saying he weighs like 6 pounds. Caterpie doesn't weigh no 6 pounds. Anyway, and he's like a foot tall. That doesn't make any sense. But, Caterpie, you know, you level him up at like level 7. Like, he's a very, like... It's like instant satisfaction. You level him up a couple times and he evolves. And then you level him up a couple more times and then he's a Butterfree. Boom, bam, done. Like, if you wanted to evolve a Caterpie into a Butterfree with the experience share, you can do that literally in like 2 seconds. It's great. He's a very rewarding Pokemon. He's a very loyal, great Pokemon. I love him. But anyway, I think that's enough about Caterpie. He's a pretty good Pokemon. He's the boy. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow with another episode of Good Morning Soul. And with that, I leave you.